least some point in our lives, right? Whether it's just for some good old family fun, satiating our gambling problem, running the risk of getting cancelled online, or watching a bunch of spiky-haired teens kill each other while screaming funny. Truly, these thin strips of cardboard have been a part of our lives in at least one way or another. But what if these cards could possess one of the strongest things in the universe? Not friendship. No, that's cringe. Not love. But rather, video game stat buffs. That's exactly what today's video is about. Friends versus Friends, a game where a bunch of personas buy a bunch of cards on the dark web and actively kill each other with them. Seems like my last meetup with my friends. Too bad they weren't the ones that made it. Friends vs. Friends is a 1v1 or 2v2 first-person shooter where the goal is to kill the other player. No shit. Have you played any shooter in recent years, or did the constant harassment and racial slurs become second nature? But the one standout feature about this game is there's a card system. Each card representing a buff to your character, a debuff to the other players, or just run-of-the-mill shit like throwing grenades, switching weapons, or committing nuclear warfare. So essentially this game is a mix between a first-person shooter and a deck builder. Before each match, there's this hub world that you get to explore where you can act like you're talking to the other player characters, and I emphasize act because they seem as interested as the last woman I spoke to. And after recovering from that depressive conversation, you can also set up matches, switch to one of the 10 characters with each of them having their own unique stat buffs they start out each match with. Buy booster packs which will bring back some trauma for a select group of people, I can tell you that right now. Play slots to unlock cosmetics, see daily and weekly challenges to gain more XP, and also build your deck and give it a funny name. So let me talk about the game a little bit. Before each match starts, you'll be given a random set of cards from your deck so you can strategize what to use. And these can range from buffs like increasing your health or defense, or make Pyrocynical extremely happy. And then go nuts, show your friends how much you love them. It's a shooter after all, and a fucking fast one at that. You have a total of 3 rounds, that is if you're a gaming Giga Chad, unlike me. All rounds can last longer depending on who won the last one. Fuck it, you can both get lucky and get tied and both win, because here we strive for equality. And after finishing each match, you can either choose to do a rematch where you'll vote on the next map that you'll do, or you could be a little bitch and just refuse to go a few more rounds. I just wanted to play with my friend. And before returning to your lobby, you'll get the funny gamer numbers that show how many hours you've wasted on this game, as well as a rank. I'm a silver friend, that's how you know you can trust me. And then the cycle repeats itself. And that's all she wrote. Have fun, buddy. Yeah, there's not really that much to talk about. It's really simple. All the depth of the game is completely dependent on you, your playstyle, with the different cards that you use, as well as which character you're playing with. And believe me, we have got lots to work with. Hell, I almost forgot to mention the most important thing. The devs must know how bullshit gacha games are, and what I mean by that is when you open up a booster pack, you're without a doubt going to get a duplicate card. But instead of going into a mental breakdown regretting every poor purchase you've ever made in your life, in this game, at the very least, it upgrades your already existing cards, doing stuff like increasing damage, duration of effects, etc, etc. Hell, if you even get a duplicate of a card you already maxed out, they give you money. This economy must be thriving! So all in all, very simple game, but it's genuinely all that this game needs. It's easy to learn and to pick up and play, and on top of that, it's extremely cheap, and goes on sale quite frequently, so if you're not willing to pay that, you're thick. Just go out and buy it. It's just gonna be a much better purchase than buying Starfield. But before ending this video off, I just want to bring up a few pros and cons. Otherwise, this won't be counted as a review, meaning you won't take me seriously. And come on, you wouldn't want that, would you? Firstly, the game's presentation. It looks like an HD PS1 game, so instantly I'm biased. All of these locations are so colorful and memorable, and they even have hazards like getting run over by a train, falling to your death, falling into oncoming traffic, or high gas prices. And this level of detail spans to the characters as well. All of them are so uniquely designed and are instantly recognizable. And seeing that each of them have their own unique card, that also gives you a good enough idea to know what to watch out for when facing them. And not only that, you get to blow off their skin to the point that their skull and rib cages are exposed. This is the Manhunt sequel that we all needed. All of the cards are unique in what they're able to do and adds an additional layer of depth and strategy to each match. And if you spend more time with this game than you did with your family, you'll almost immediately be able to think out a winning strategy at the last possible moment if you get a winning hand. Or you'll still get the shit kicked out of you anyway. It's almost like this game is balanced. And since this is a shooter, all of the guns are fun to use and have their own traits, like your pistol being the basic bitch weapon that'll get the job one, an assault rifle for high damage with it also being good for range, a sniper rifle which I haven't found all that useful, but hey, I'm not gonna be judging camper, a revolver which is the favorite child when compared to the pistol, a katana which can fuck right off, a grenade launcher which is self-explanatory, a SMG which in my opinion is the worst out of all the weapons, but it's good for close range and high DPS, and the sex gun. So all in all the weapons are good and fun to use. They did a shooter well. Now the cons. Why am I not able to skip me opening up the booster packs? This takes just a little bit too long. I understand this is supposed to probably envelop you with feelings from years past by giving you that adrenaline rush and anticipation to knowing what cards you're probably gonna get, but in my case, it reminds me that I'm not getting any younger. And truth be told, that's probably the biggest con. Everything else about the game is really good. It's available on Steam at a ridiculously low price, so you have no excuse in getting this. If you do, you are simply a liar. But with all of that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, maybe consider leaving a like and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, then allow me to play my trap card and banish you to the Shadow Realm. Special shout out to channel member Poncho. And on top of that, if you guys like what I do and have some spare change lying around, maybe give it to me. It's not like you're gonna be doing anything with it anyway. Follow my socials, join the Discord, and I will see you guys in the next video.